I would describe the Sensedge Go as taking the plug out of plug and play. Well, we work in a lot of different types of building categories, ranging from corporate and commercial real estate to schools, to healthcare, to long-term care, to various types of government buildings. And one of the overriding challenges that we see with our customers is just complexity. If you're a building owner, operator, you are dealing with complex buildings and systems, and increasingly more and more technology that's hitting the building. You have complexities financially in terms of the capital and operating costs of running the building. You have the challenges from a legal and regulatory standpoint of all sorts of new health and energy code requirements that are coming down the pike or are real. And then finally, you have the complexity of the people within the building. So occupants, tenants, workers, and employees, students and teachers. And if you are a building owner operator right now, you just feel overloaded and overwhelmed, and everything feels complex. And then when you have all of these different forces, the complexity compounds. And so what is really important is to have things that can make your life easier, solutions that are simple and easy to implement, and not complex solutions, which even if it is solving the problem, but it's adding more complexity, then it's often not desirable from the building owner operator perspective. Additionally, the twin and the cousin of complexity is cost, and cost hits building owners and operators from all different angles. But in terms of technology, there's the cost of the actual purchase of hardware and software, there's installation, there's maintenance, there's ongoing upkeep, there's the cost of usership. And so complexity and cost are clearly two huge challenges that everyone's dealing with. And those two challenges are what Sensedge Go really hits directly head on. So I'd say one of the huge challenges that we have within the IAQ technology space is just the heaviness and the difficulty of use in contrast to the ease of use for many technologies. They're considered to be hard to implement, hard to install, hard to not only get into the building, but then also get in on an IT network, and then ultimately use the technology on an ongoing basis and get the value out of it. I think that what really separates and distinguishes the Sensedge Go is in the critical IAQ monitoring part of the technology ecosystem. It dramatically simplifies things and also makes it very easy to use. From getting the technology and the sensor out of the box on the wall, it is very fast. It's instead of heavy installation, you have tape and you can slap it anywhere. You can also get it networked with the router very quickly. Those are two huge things. And then finally, by not needing a power source and having long life batteries, then you're able to run the thing for a long time without having to do a lot of the other things that you need to do with other IAQ monitoring technologies. Those are huge. Those come back in terms of two big benefits to building owners. One is to make it a lot easier to use, such that not only once you have the technology, but also thinking about rolling it out at the scale that you really should with the technology like this, and not just putting it in a few rooms or in a single building, but looking and making it achievable and realistic to do portfolio level and portfolio scale implementations. That's possible. And then secondly, there's all sorts of cost savings associated with that. Beyond the actual cost savings that the data can generate for you, you are cutting out the cost of installation, the cost of power, and developing a power source or wiring it, and then the cost of maintenance, which are all add up a lot to just the cost of the hardware and the software. All of that really matters, and it goes back to addressing the fundamental challenges that I see with most of our customers, particularly in the more cost-conscious and also bandwidth constrained parts of the market. So not necessarily the best resource buildings, but school districts, government buildings, other low-income housing. There are many places where they simply don't have the luxury of complexity or cost. Those two factors are critical, and Sensedge Go is really strong on both of those fronts. So there are a couple of things that I think are great about the Sensedge Go. From a product standpoint, it's really simple, and I would describe it as dummy proof. You can take it out of the box, get it up and running, get it onto a network, put it on a wall, and be up and running very quickly and easily. And that is extremely unique amongst monitoring technologies and also many other indoor air quality technologies beyond monitoring. And like many other great technology products, while what's underneath the hood can often be very complex, what the user is experiencing is very simple, easy, and the benefits are able to be realized simply and easily. So that's one aspect I really like. The second is the broader impact of having a simpler, easier technology, and one that's also less costly, and the impact that it will have on accessibility and affordability. And the big benefit there is that indoor air quality is something that affects us all, but the technology to bring about better indoor air quality is often something that is not hitting a lot of buildings that really need it. School districts, low-income housing, public places, all sorts of places that the majority of our population in the country and the world live in. They don't have indoor air quality technology, one, to understand how good or bad the air is within that space. Number two, with that data, make improvements if the air is bad, and putting pressure on the building owners and operators to make changes so that no one has to breathe bad air. And I think that Sensedge Go can really advance the field by making the technology for monitoring, which is critical, more affordable, more accessible, and bring it to more buildings and be able to benefit more people.